Hello everyone, and welcome to this video, which is in our Great Engine Middlegames series. I'm Grandmaster Matthew Sadler, and this is another game between Leela and Torch in the CCC 21 Blitz Challenger match. So, what is this position? This is just one of those fun ones where, crazy things just started to happen. I was just looking at it in absolute amazement. So I hope you're going to enjoy this too. This is from King's Indian, and funnily enough, the Black's dark square bishop has Torch's dark square bishop has ended up being chased away from the H8 A1 diagonal, but it isn't far from there still, just one square away. Leela's played the very typical march of the rook's pawn to H6, just pinning the black king to the back rank. And, well, actually, Torch is also doing a little bit the same. Possibility of A3 is always in there. So, pretty sharp position. And in this position, Leela really turned things up a notch. Played the move E5 here. So, what is the idea of that? Well, I mean, of course, in the long term, you know, if Black could get a piece on E5, that would be pretty strong. So breaking that is not bad at all. But playing E4 to E5, we're trying to get the bishop or even the queen to that diagonal, but the bishop first. And then we're also freeing E4 for the white knight. So knights come to E4, bishop comes to E5, and then, of course, the dark square is going to become weak. F6, of course. We've got this pawn on H6 as well, which is making G7 weak. So we could even think about, in some situations, about playing G4 to G5, just to really clamp down on the F6 square. So it's all about the dark squares here. But Torch reacts in a really stunning way here, and well, it just really sets the cat amongst the pigeons. So rook E8 played, just putting the rook opposite the queen, and then queen D2, just stepping out, and the queen sort of playing to D4, getting to sort of in contact with the dark squares there. D takes C5, bishop E5. And now the move bishop G5 from Torch. What's the point about that? Well, if you do something like queen D4, for example, then well, the H6 pawn is hanging. Probably will take this one off first. This is a game Stockfish against Dragon, and then bishop takes H6, and then the bishop's going to come round to G7. We're going to get in A4, A3, and there's going to be plenty of counterplay there. For a King's Indian, that's pretty good. We've got our dark squared bishop on the long diagonal again, so we're happy. So Leela played the move bishop f4 here, just offering the exchange of dark squared bishops, and otherwise, you know, giving white a little bit of time there. But now Torch followed up with a couple of absolutely stunning moves. The first one is knight b3. Very nice move. This bishop on f4 is hanging. The queen has to defend it. So there's actually no way for white to avoid capturing this knight, because obviously you can't go queen d4 because of knight takes d4. But after takes, well, there's obviously some danger in here. Queen a8 coming in, followed by rook a1 checkmate. So Leela played the move queen d4 here, and the idea of queen d4, we're still protecting the bishop on f4, but we're also allowing the king to escape here, c1 to d2. So yeah, you know, and to be honest, I mean, you know, I was looking at this. You know, I play through these games. I play through a lot of games. You know, Leela against Torch, and play through them quite quickly. But you know, you're sort of you know, looking at this, saying, "Oh, that doesn't look very convincing at all." But then the next couple of moves really do it for you. So bishop f6. The queen goes back to d3, obviously not back to d2 because that would block in the king. So d3, and you're still allowing this. And now an absolutely stunning move. Maybe you want to stop the video here and just have a little think about it, because yeah, I certainly didn't guess this one was coming. The idea is rook e2. Rook e2, what a move. Just emprise to two pieces. But the point is, if you go knight e2, I've got this gorgeous idea, rook a1 check, takes queen a8 check, your two rooks and a piece down, queen a2 check, king c1, and queen takes b2 checkmate. So you know, absolutely gorgeous, really, really, really lovely. So you take with the queen on e2, And then this is just yeah, slightly hard to understand. Well, why would this be dangerous? We're still just escaping like this. Actually, this rook decoy is quite confusing because the key problem was stopping the white king from escaping to d2. So why are you doing a sort of a decoy here just to bring the queen to e2? Well, the point is queen a8. We go bishop takes c3 now, and of course we're covering the d2 escape square rather. So rook a1 check is a threat. And after takes, we play the move rook a2. No check and there, we're just playing rook a2 straight away, with the idea of following up with queen a3 check and mate. So yeah, white's really kind of got only one move to deal with that, because yeah, if you play something like queen e7 to cover a3, for example, I just have rook c2 and queen a2 checkmate. So that's knight d3. So you're just trying to make sure you can get a queen on b2, for example, if you play queen a3 check. But then takes, and then this is the key point. And it's funny because a lot of these are not difficult tactics by themselves. They're sort of 2 or 3 moves. But the way that they're being strung together, and the way that they have to be strung together, and all have to work in order for black to survive this is the incredible part of this combination, because it's bishop takes g4 now. So we've dragged this knight to d3 in order to cover this b2 square, and that's unprotected the g4 square. And now we're actually skewering these 2 rooks. So that means that black is going to get extra material back. So rook d1 takes. And then well, this is kind of the question. I mean, white's got rook and 2 pieces for the queen. Black king is pinned to the back rank, this pawn h6, again, proving its worth in the middle game. But yeah, black finds it hard to really combine all of its pieces together, and or rather, white finds it hard to combine all the pieces together. So actually, although the black king is in danger, it's not really possible for white to really create mating threats. So f6 played, just to avoid rook e8 checkmate. And now bishop takes c7, which is quite nice. b2, and then this lovely move d6. So Leela's just completely ignoring the fact that black could actually play the move b1 queen. Yeah, Leela used to have a double queen bug just in the good old days, that if there were 2 queens on the board, it went totally bananas. But well, I was wondering about that, but this is not the case. I mean, b1 queen was not what Torch played. Torch played something a little bit more spicy, but even this would have been okay for black. I mean, you can go queen a2, king e3, just checking the king importantly in front of the rook, and then queen a8, and then d8 queen takes. And queen takes c3, and well, black's going to get a lot of pawns here. We're attacking this pawn on c4. This one's not so easy to defend, and well, once the white pieces try and expand a little bit closer to create some threats against the black king, then there's going to be perpetuals. So even that would have been fine. What Torch did was play b1 knight. So Torch did know how to find the under promote button. King e3 and then queen a4, stopping d6 to d7. Now, of course, this is a horrifically complicated position for humans, but the engine's just pretty cool about it. Draw, easy. We can go home. King f2, knight c3, rook e7 played, threatening d7 there. King f8. Just sort of holding on to the rook, really, stopping it from playing d7, or at least rather giving the king some opportunity to escape, if d7 to d8 comes in. Rook takes h7, and now started some capturing and some checks from Torch, and well, king f1, queen d3. I think you can imagine that. Yeah, black's got perpetual, but nothing else, because I mean, rook h8 and d8 queen, or just d8 queen is happening. And even if black managed to win the queen, the pawn, and the bishop, then there'd still be an h pawn that's queening at the end. So this was just yeah, what was it? 50, about 80 moves of checking, and then we agreed a draw there. But okay, that don't need to see that. But that was a really lovely game. I mean, again, these tactics are gorgeous. But it's yeah, I mean, it was just it's just the way that somehow Torch sort of brought together, you know, a series of small tactical points. You know, first of all, this little knight b3, and then this bishop f6. You know, this rook e2, quite amazing. And then you know, this pin, and then afterwards this skewer. You know, all of those little tactical ideas together, just making one enormous combination that basically meant that the position after e5 was more or less a draw. You know, but quite incredible tactics. Really enjoyed playing through that one, and always nice when you see the potential in a King's Indian position. You know, just from being, you know, quite cramped, just and not having that much of a centre, to just yeah, expanding, increasing, and just generating enormous counterplay. So there we are. Hope you enjoyed that. If you liked the video, why not give a like, subscribe to the channel. Take a look at my new books. They are available on Forward Chess for a significantly reduced price, since I'm the Forward Chess Author of the Month for August. So do take a look at those. Lots and lots of... if you like this analysis on these videos, well, I think the one in the book is even better, even clearer, even more structured, and I think even easier to, you know, to learn lots of stuff from them. But otherwise, you know, thanks very much for watching, and hope to see you at the next videos. Thanks for watching.